Alright, so this week's video is about this notebook right here and how the way that I write in this notebook is the greatest way to write in a notebook. So first things first, for those that are worried about it, this is a Leuchtturm 1917. It's a B6 plus size. It's dot grid. It's softback. It's a beautiful, beautiful journal. And what I put in this journal is my morning pages. Now, morning pages are kind of everywhere at this moment in time as far as in the notebook and journaling space. I think there is a proper way to do morning pages, but quite frankly, I don't care. I do them the way that I want to do them. And so in this video, we're going to be talking about a lot of how I got started. This is my morning pages video. So as of recording this video, today is my 40th day in a row using my morning pages. And I wanted to wait to make my morning pages video because I wanted to have an adequate amount of days under my belt before I went and talked about it. So first of all, how I started using the morning pages, I first even heard of it from watching John's Studio Notebook. John Rogers talks about his morning pages on his channel, and I found his videos and I really enjoy them. So he sort of introduced me to the idea of morning pages. But to my understanding, the morning pages is like either 3 pages or 30 minutes with no stimuli, no distractions, just pure brain dump. And like I said, I don't really want to do it that way. I want to do it the way that I feel is best. And over the course of the last 40 days or so, I have found sort of what I prefer. So when I started the morning pages, I was inspired by John's video, and I also felt as though, I was writing a lot, right? I felt like I was writing a good amount, but it was more here and there. There wasn't as much journaling involved. It was more video ideas. It was more just random scratchings throughout the day. There was plenty of journaling, but it wasn't exactly deep. So starting the morning pages was a way to sort of make my writing more routine. Like, I write in my pocket notebook every single day, but I didn't have sort of a routine about it. It was more so, I'm going to do this every day. I don't care how it gets done. I just am going to do it. With the morning pages, it's within the first hour of my day, basically, I write and I brain dump. Another reason is now and again I'll experience, whether it's stress or anxiety or overthinking, having a way to sort of clear that out of my head, get it onto paper. First thing in the morning, start my day off on the right foot. The morning pages I've found helps that. And all in all, I really just wanted to try it out. I saw a really fun journaling method online. I thought it might help me. So here we are. How it's going so far, I've been about 40 days in. I've loved it. I think it's been fantastic. So what I would say the number one thing is it's a great method for me to clarify and empty and clean out my brain. I don't know about you exactly, but for myself, especially first thing in the morning after I've been sleeping and dreaming and processing information, I can wake up and it's boom, go, 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 brain is on fire. So another thing that has accompanied the morning pages is no phone time for the first hour, period. Starting the day off with an emptying, with a pouring of information onto a page from my head has been huge, because you don't want to start a day off with worries, and you don't want to start a day off stressed. If you're stressing out about the day to come at work, or if you're stressing out about how you're going to be able to get your to-do list done today, or just an infinite slew of things you could be worried about. If you're worried about that, write it down. The idea with the morning pages too is to be as authentic and as judgment-free as possible. Nobody's going to read this. You can tear out the pages. You can burn it. You do not have to keep these. I'm writing mine in a nicer notebook because I enjoy it. Ideally, you probably write it on a page that you can tear out and get rid of. The main goal is not to keep it, archive it, reread it later. The main goal is to get it out of your brain. Get your stresses, get your worries out of your brain onto paper. By doing this first thing in the morning, you sort of start your day off in an open state. I kind of honestly compare it to, in a way, like doing yoga or meditating, because the idea with meditating is, you focus on one thing and you focus on only one thing. This is, you focus on writing it down. Everything else just kind of goes. So one of the main things when writing in my morning pages, one of the main things I experience is sort of a peace or a clarity after having written. So I'll sit down at my desk, sit outside wherever I want to do them that morning, and I will write them out. And then after I'm done, there's almost like a relief, like a moment of clarity, a sigh of relief kind of thing. You know, I'll write it out honestly, brutally, and then I'll close the notebook, and then I'll just kind of sit. And there's times when I'll write and I'll write and I'll write, and then once I've stopped, my brain, I can feel how empty it is. Like I can just sit and stare at the wall, and that's all I'm concerned about, is just sitting and staring at the wall. So the brain dumping aspect of the morning pages really is great to sort of empty out the noise and declutter. You know, whenever you have a cluttered space, it can be hard to focus on anything else besides the clutter, because there's so much clutter, you kind of get stuck. But by dumping that out, cleaning it out, that can make one more productive. It definitely has helped for me. It helps me, okay, my brain is clear. I've cleared my mental space. Now let's get on with the day. Let's start from step one. So now that I've done it for a certain amount of time, I feel it habitual. I think it's one of those things I just kind of do every day now, which I'm grateful for because it's helpful. You know, it may feel forced at the beginning. It may feel kind of foreign, but keep doing it. Do it every day. Do it every day. And keep doing it. Don't stop. And then once you get, 3-4 weeks in, then you might feel it start to be more natural and less forced. And it kind of just comes out a little easier. And honestly, for me, at this point of the game, I really look forward to it. I wake up and I'm like, all right, morning pages, I get to write today. And something that I've observed over the past couple of weeks is that since I've started my morning pages, since I've developed this daily morning habit of writing at least one page, I write a lot more in my EDC notebook, my field notes throughout the day. I have the data on the bookcase over here where since the 21st of July, I've filled up more pocket notebooks than I would have probably had I not been doing the morning pages. Starting the day with writing influences and it motivates creativity for me, and I write more. And not only the creativity aspect of it, but the openness of my brain, I feel has influenced and encouraged more writing. I highly recommend doing some kind of morning pages. People are going to tell you that there's all these rules. You should write 3 pages, you should take 30 minutes, you should use scratch paper. It doesn't matter as long as you just write. I think with journaling techniques in general, I feel like we get caught up in the how or the with what. As much as I love, writing in this Loistrum or writing in my field notes, the main point, the main thing is you need to write it down. It doesn't matter what you write it in or write it on. There's Tobias. So just find any old notebook and start it. Life is kind of crazy for everyone. Got a lot going on. You're busy, you're stressed, you're anxious. Give it a shot. Try some morning pages. If you have any additional questions as far as what I do for my morning pages or just any questions in general, leave them in the comments below. And if you do morning pages already, let me know how it's going for you. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you for watching.